Hey guys, this is the Masked Saiyan, and I have a special episode today. We are going to be showcasing my top 10 favorite Masterlise figures of all time. We are removing the monkeys and dragons from the list. So here we go. Spot number 10, we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku from the Greatest Saiyan line. And he is absolutely perfect. He looks the part. I think that whole line with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Gogeta, as well as the Golden Zaru, that whole set is amazing, and I recommend getting it all. But this figure, I think, is the best one in the set because he looks perfect. There is no other Super Saiyan 4 Goku figure in the market. Besides the Super Dragon Ball Heroes rendition of him, but that's a different character. It's a Xeno Goku, not the Goku that we all know and love. So that's spot number 10. Spot number 9, we have Dr. Gero, or Android 20. And he's perfect too. I mean, just look at him. All the details are amazing. I mean, look at his hair. It's just so immaculate. But the craziest thing is they didn't even need to, and they put the brain in his head. How cool is that? How cool is that? So this figure has all the extras, looks perfect, and I just don't see any flaw in him whatsoever. All right, so spot number 8, we have Ultra Super Saiyan Trunks. Wow, look at that. And when you think of grade 3 Super Saiyan, you think of Trunks. You think of future Trunks. You don't think of Goku. You don't think of buff Vegeta. You don't think of buff Perfect Cell. You think of Trunks because he just looks amazing. Like, look at his no pupils. I mean, I think this version of Trunks basically sparked the idea of legendary Super Saiyan Broly. I remember reading an interview about that, and yeah, it led to the creation of the Broly movies. So there you go. This is buff Trunks. Armored, spiky hair all over the place, looks so cool, and they did an amazing job. The shading is top notch in this figure. Okay, so now let's go on to spot number 7, and that is Cell Max, this behemoth. And I mean, it is from the sculptor who did all the, the monkeys and dragons. With that realistic depiction in his sculpt, all the details, fine details, kind of rugged looking, but it's just so, it demands a presence, and look at that. It's just everything about him, and you can feel the anger. You can hear him screaming just from this model, this sculpt. And that just looks so good. All right, so spot number 6. Let's bring out Wrath Form Broly. So Broly, this is basically Dragon Ball Super's version of Super Saiyan 4. Still has the black hair, but his eyes turn yellow with the pupils in it. And he's supposedly supposed to channel the Ozaru power, but still in his humanoid form. So he just looks awesome. Also can feel the emotion, the anger within this sculpt. Just like the Cell Max, the detail in the ball's ear is so good, and all the details like the scar on his arm and his face. Yeah, it's perfect. It's a perfect Wrath Form Broly figure. All right, just gonna put him inside as well. And then we have spot number 5, which is legendary Super Saiyan Broly. And wow, this one, I don't see any flaws. I think the only thing I mentioned in a previous episode when I first reviewed him was that this part could have been more red instead of like a pinkish. It just looks a little pink when it should be red. But honestly, it doesn't matter. Everything about him is so good. All the details, the glossy finish for the gold paint, the gemstones, all the little fine lines all over his body, his skin, the shading is great. The way they did the hair color with the highlights and still a little green tint to the yellow. Perfect. And just like I said with this Trunks, sparked the creation of this Broly. So awesome figure. We are going to go on to spot number 4, which is Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. And I absolutely love this figure. It's one of the older figures, but this figure in particular is one of the rarest. So it's one of the most valuable figures as well. But they did an excellent job sculpting him, painting him. Look at all the shading. Look at all the highlights of the aura in his boots. The highlights in his hair, all the attention detail with the time ring as well as the Potara earring on his left ear only. Like his sadistic smile on his face. Great pose, wind effect on his shirt, and I just can't rave enough about this figure. He's a perfect Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black figure. All right, so spot number 3, we're gonna bring out Fat Majin Buu Last One Prize. And ever since I first reviewed him, he is absolutely perfect in every way. There's no flaw in him. Heavy, so you know you got your money's worth with him. He's just a big bubble gum, and it's just, I mean, I can't say enough about him. He's just perfect. I don't know what else to say, actually. He's just perfect. Perfect Majin Buu. So, there you go with him. We got spot number 2 is Final Form Cooler. Man, when I first reviewed him, I was blown away. He just is perfect. His height, he's a Masterlise Extra, although they're doing away with that coin of term. He is extra though. He's towering over everyone. I mean, he's basically King Cluster size, right? Like, look, they're the same size. So he's just perfect as well. I guess the tail can go in a little bit more. There we go. All the little fine details, even the vein on his legs and arm. And I believe I remember seeing I guess there's not really a vein in his tail, but vein in his legs and his arms, and it's perfectly sculpted. These two figures are from the same sculptor. I'm 99.9% sure it's the same sculptor, and that's why they're so good. I love that sculptor. He did an excellent job. So there we go with the number 2 spot. And finally, number 1, we have none other than Extreme Saiyan Ultra Instinct Goku Mastered. I was debating between Mastered and Omen, and Omen is definitely more valuable because his last one prize, but this one is more accurate to the series. When he's mastered, he doesn't have his shirt on at all. Omen would have been perfect if he had the blue undershirt on still, But, you know, they just reused the body and just painted the hair black with blue highlights. But yeah, this is perfect. I love the pose, especially. It's just like he's looking back. It looks, I mean, like, look at the muscles in his back. Makes you want to work out. Perfect pose. Staring at Jiren, letting him know that Jiren messed up because Goku is going to destroy him. And yeah, just like that. It's perfect pose. The glossy finish to the hair, I mean, it adds a nice touch, makes it a little bit more majestic, gives it that mastered feeling. But yeah, that is my favorite figure of all time. What I don't like, obviously, is that it is a Masterlise extra figure when, you know, Goku is not that tall, so he doesn't scale well with any of the other figures. So the Extreme Saiyan line should be displayed on its own, but that is how I have it displayed. I don't have it displayed with any other of the other Masterlise figures. So they're by themselves and they look amazing, even though there's a lot of recycling going on in terms of the bodies, just repaints. But anyways, they look amazing. So there you have it, the top 10 figures of all time from the Masked Saiyan. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out my video I did, my podcast with Matches Peaches and Tatted Charizard that just came out earlier today, where we discussed the latest announcement of the Ichiban Kuji dueling to the future. And can't wait for that to come out in April of next year. So, and also the December Kuji, the Super Dragon Ball Heroes figure set, will be coming out later this month. So look forward to that review of the whole entire set sometime next year in January, of course. So until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one.